Let's talk about some of my favorite romance books and try Dunkin Donuts Valentine's Day donuts. I'm not a huge romance reader, but I am a mood reader. So with Valentine's Day coming up, I definitely want to read a good Valentine's Day romance. I have quite a few books here that I wanted to talk about. These are some of my favorite books that I've read in the romance genre. And then Dunkin Donuts came out with these Valentine's Day donuts. This is the Cupid one. I don't know what this is filled inside. And then this is the chocolate frosted one, and it's filled with brownie batter. And I have some milk. So I think before I talk about any books, I have to try one of these donuts. Ooh, okay, let's try it. Oh my God. That is so sweet. It literally tastes like what it is. It tastes like you took a chocolate frosted donut and dipped it in brownie batter as you're cooking. You have to try these. Oh my God, is that good? I haven't been eating any junk food, so wow. Okay, let's talk about the romance books. So, one of my all-time favorites is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. This book makes me feel like a teenager. And it's very similar to Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This book came out first. This also is not the original cover. It's about these teenagers in the summer, and it goes back and forth between like when their love first started as teenagers and like now when they're adults. And it's so good and just so romantic, and like it makes you feel like you have a sunburn from the summer, your first crush, and then it also like throws in a little bit of the adulthood stuff. But if you're looking for a good romance, if you're not really in the genre, I recommend reading something like this. It has like more meat to it, like more story to it. Nora Goes Off Script is also a really good book if you're just getting into the romance genre. This is about a woman who her house gets rented to film a movie in. She's like a cool, I think it's like a ranch styled house. And a movie star has to come and stay on set and like film at her house, and they spark a romance. And I thought it was going to be like fluffy and not boring, but like predictable. But I ended up really loving it. There's some good meat to it, some good drama, but it's not super heavy. I read this with my mom at the same time, so we got to talk about it, so that was fun. But this is definitely like a feel-good romance, I think they call them. And it's cute. And I think Annabelle Monaghan, she wrote a bunch of other books that are similar to this, like little short, sweet romances. So if you like this one, you'll like all her other books as well. I love this book so much. Call Me By Your Name. This is by Andre Aciman. I don't know. Aciman? Aciman? I don't know how to say his last name. I'm sorry. This book tore my heart out. This is definitely like if you've been into romance for a while and you need a good cry, or you need like you need feeling. Like if you want to feel something, it's cold, it's winter, you need to feel love and passion and heat. And I think Italy, right? Is it in Italy? Yeah, in Italy. It is about a teenage boy. I think he's a teenage boy. His family has like house guest stay, and one of the house guests is this older man, and he is like in love with this man. And this book, like I don't really annotate, I don't highlight. I highlighted. I think I actually underlined in this book some of the lines that just like absolutely stole my soul. Like the lines might not make sense out of context. Some of them are good though. Like it says, perhaps we were friends first and lovers second, but then perhaps that is what lovers are. Like the writing is just so good. I loved every single sentence. I underlined, I might miss this day or I might do far better. Like there's just good lines in this book. I think I actually took a line of this book in my wedding vows. I'll have to confirm that. But I did take pieces from different books and put them in my wedding vows because I love books so much and I love my husband so much. Call Me By Your Name. I promise you will love this book so much. If you don't, money back guarantee. Ashley Poston, The 7-Year Slip. This is a fun one. This is about a girl who starts staying in her aunt's apartment, and it's like a magic apartment where when you go into it, you're either in the present or 7 years in the past. And she like sparks up a romance with a man who's 7 years in the past. And I know it sounds a little out there. It's believable once you start reading it, and it's really cute. It's super easy, lighthearted. I really enjoyed this one. I know a lot of people have really enjoyed this one. So also something if you want to get into the romance genre, easy to start with. She wrote a ton of books too. So once you like her, you'll have a whole backlist to read. An oldie but goodie, Taylor Jenkins Reid, One True Loves. This is like a drama romance, and I love when there's more story to it, more meat to it. This is about a woman who, oh my god, her name's Emma. I totally forgot that. That's my name. She marries her high school sweetheart, and then he tragically dies in a helicopter crash. This isn't a spoiler. This is on the back of the book. He tragically dies in a helicopter crash. And so she ends up, going through the mourning process, going through redating people, and she meets this guy. I think his name's Sam. Yeah, Sam. Oh, I love Sam. Meets this guy, Sam. They fall in love. I'm pretty sure they get engaged. And then she finds out, oh, my husband's actually alive. So it's like, huh? Like, imagine thinking that your husband died and then you, like, move on and years go by and you are getting remarried and then he's like, oh no, I'm alive. What would you do? Would you go back to your original husband? Would you take your new... I don't know. And you have to choose. As the reader, you're like, who do I love more? Should she be with Sam or this other guy? And, like, it is so good. This is one I kind of want to forget so I could read it again, like, years later. So I'm definitely going to hold on to this one forever. Okay, I need to know what's inside the pink donut, so let's open it up. I think it's like a vanilla filling. I don't know if I'm going to like this one. No. This might be strawberry on top. And then it has like, it's like pudding. I think it's like vanilla pudding. I am not a fan. I'm going to piece that broken heart right back together. I think we have to wash this down with a brownie batter bite. It's really the only way that I can go on. Oh my god. Look at that. It's like licking the spoon covered in a donut spoon. 10 out of 10, 0 out of 10. But you might like it. Okay, Water for Elephants. Sarah Gruen. I can watch this movie every day. Like, I'll never get sick of this movie. And this may be one of 2 or one of 3 books that I've ever read a second time. I think I've already read this 2 or 3 times because even though I know how the story is going to go, I want to keep living in it. It's such a romantic story in my eyes. It has everything. It's about this guy back in, I don't even know what the year is. The 50s, the 30s, the 20s. And his family dies. So he's by himself and he ends up like boarding a train and joining the circus, which sounds so silly. He's a veterinarian, and he ends up being the vet for the circus. And he falls in love with like the star of the show, this woman who's like is in the circus, like she's a performer. But the woman is already with the like runner of the circus, like the owner, and he's bad. He's a bad guy. It is so good. It has everything that you could ever want in a romantic story because it has like tragedy and it has like fun and entertainment in the circus. It has animals. Like he's an elephant trainer in the circus. Like he takes care of the elephants and he trains them. And it has like the villain, like the guy who owns the circus is really bad and the girl shouldn't be with him and he shouldn't be with the animals. And like it'll tear your heart out, but you'll want to read it again. And then you can watch the movie. So it's older, but I highly recommend reading it. Even if you saw the movie, I recommend you should just read it anyway. Sophie Kinsella, Love Your Life. This, I actually don't know if it's truly a romance book, but I remember it being light and fluffy. It is about a girl who like goes on a writing retreat, if I remember, but she can't like say anything about her real personal life. Like you have to keep it all secret for whatever reason. And she goes to finish like a story she's working on and she meets this guy and he calls himself Dutch, which I love that name. I think I've seen it in a bunch of books since. His name's Dutch and they like fall for each other during this retreat, but they actually know nothing about each other. And I think she's written a few others, so also another author you could get behind. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This book set me on like a path of just trying to find this book again. I loved Every Summer After so much. It is about teenagers at a lake in the summer, and they live next door to each other, and one of the girls falls in love with one of the brothers next door, and it is a story of their summer together, and books and writing and reading, and they like read together, and they like, it goes from their summer love as kids to something happened in the adult and they do not speak. They do not speak as adults. So you try to figure out like what that is and if they could get back together, and it's so good. I have not met a person who hasn't loved this book. Emily Henry is a great place to start if you want to get into romance. Happy Place is my favorite one of her books because it has the most like drama and story and plot behind it. I like when romance books have a good plot. And this one has a good plot. It's a couple who they break up, but they're going on a trip with their friends and they want to pretend they didn't break up because they don't want to ruin the trip. Which seems kind of silly, and so they go, and not breaking up to their friends kind of helps them like rekindle. It's really good. There's a lot of drama in it, which I absolutely love, and I think it's her best book. There's little hearts on it. My favorite part of the chocolate frosted donut is the top. And I usually just eat the tops. So this having like extra chocolate in the middle, not eat any junk food since the new year. And this is like, I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you. So it's really a selfless act. Another oldie, but so good. Such a goodie. The Time Traveler's Wife. If you've seen the movie, I don't care. You need to read this. It is so much better than the movie. The movie's good. Like, it took the concept and it did its best. But the book is so good, especially because now you can picture the characters too. It's about a girl. She meets a boy. He's a time traveler. She spends her whole life with him, loving him, but her life goes chronologically, and his life is not. So, like, she meets him when she's 6, but to him, that's after they've, gotten married at 32. Does that make sense? So, like, he knows her at all ages, and she meets him sporadically throughout her life. Just read it. It's so good. It is one of those books, too, that, like, you can probably get a good cry out of. You could watch the movie after, and it's timeless. You could, no pun intended, but you could read it again and again. And along those lines of the dreamy summers and romance and teenage love, The Summer I Turned Pretty series. You've heard me, if you follow the book club on Instagram, you've heard me rave about these books. They are so good. The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. It's such a pretty book. This is the first of the 3 books. It's The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's Not Summer Without You. And We'll Always Have Summer. I recommend reading these. I always say they're 3 books, but they're really one book that got like divided because it definitely is just a continuation of a story. There's no like part 1, part 2, part 3. It's just the story in 3 books. And it is about a girl who she grew up going to this like beach house with her mom's friend and her mom's sons. And her brother go, and she's like in love with one of the sons her whole life. And then finally, one year when she's like 16 or something, she starts to mature and look a little older and look a little prettier, and they start to see her as a girl. And she just has this crush on one of the brothers. It's no spoiler that if you have seen the show in any of the media, there's a love triangle with her and 2 of the brothers. And that's kind of what the whole series, not even kind of, that is what the whole series is about. Her love for one of the brothers and the other brother's love for her. And it is so good. And it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter where you live. If you live in Alaska, you can feel like you were on the beach as a teenager in summer love in these books. And it is just so, so good. And it brought back my, like, love for the romance genre because I've been more into thrillers. But I read these 3 books. I literally started reading one. My husband went out and got me this, like, cute set of all 3. I read them in like a week or less. They're so good. And I want more from Jenny Han. But yeah, that is a fat stack of romance books that you can read for this Valentine's Day. And more than recommending any of these books that you should read, you need to go get the brownie filled Valentine's Day donut, like right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books or suggestions for any videos, genres, book reviews, snacks, whatever you'd like to see. I thought this would be really fun to pair some type of book with some type of snack that went together, and I'll definitely be doing more of these videos. You can follow along here or the Happy Little Book Club on Instagram where I do book reviews. Thank you for watching.